So, the other day I was trying to make a part 2 to my Alice Cooper video that I put out. And, it was really hard to do because one of the concerts that I pulled up was very lewd and crude, let's just say. And I really, just in good conscience, couldn't subject my viewers to such filth. So it took me a minute, but I finally am able to make another video concerning Alice Cooper claiming to be a Christian. And in this video, we're going to be talking about his concert at Hellfest 2022. Yeah, that's right, Hellfest 2022. If you're not aware of what Hellfest is, it is a festival, a hard rock or metal rock festival that pretty much glorifies rebellion. And how appropriate would it be to have Alice Cooper's School's Out to be played with Alice Cooper performing it at Hellfest 2022? Now, many of y'all have said, well, Alice Cooper's born again, and he's been that way for 40 years. And according to Alice Cooper, he, became a born-again Christian back in the 80s. Well, guess what? School's Out was actually recorded back in 1972, released anyways. And School's Out, whole theme of the song is about rebellion. Now, who's the rebellious one? Biblically speaking, who rebels? Children of Satan, because Satan rebels against authority. And that's what School's Out's about, rebelling against authority. It glorifies rebellion. And how appropriate that he would sing that song at Hellfest. Now, I'm not going to play much of it. I'm just going to play just a few little snippets here. But as you see here, he's got nice little skulls there. He's a born-again Christian, right? Yeah. That seems like what a Christian would do, right? He would fellowship with darkness. Is that what Christians do? Fellowship with darkness? Light has no fellowship with darkness. It just doesn't. And no matter how much you want to pretend that he's a Christian, his fruits show otherwise. If you're a Christian, you don't want to fellowship with darkness because you're of the light, and light doesn't have any fellowship with darkness. Don't you understand that? You don't have any fellowship with it. You should run from it, expose it for what it truly is. And we should call out those claiming to be Christians who clearly are not. I don't really know how much more proof I need, to be honest with you. It's really not that hard. In fact, YouTube just put this video right in front of me on my YouTube feed. I didn't even have to go looking for it. It's just obvious. It's obvious who Alice Cooper is. He's not a child of God. No, he's a child of someone else. And he's been deceived so badly that he doesn't even realize it. And that is the danger. Because he has no reason to look for the true Christ of the Bible, because he thinks he already is worshiping Jesus. But it's only the Jesus made up in his mind. The cool Jesus that lets him keep performing at rock concerts. I mean, ain't that what he said on that interview the other day? Right? God didn't stop him from doing rock concerts. He wants him to do rock concerts. Rock and roll is nothing but rebellion. In fact, I was thinking the other day that, I was remembering anyways. And I don't know if any of y'all remember this, but back in the 50s, 60s, when rock and roll started coming about, there was these radio disc jockeys that didn't want to play any of this rock and roll, right? And so they would take the records and break them, saying, we're not playing this filthy, right? And they'd just break them, right? Because it's in the Bible Belt. They weren't going to have nothing to do with it. Well, isn't it ironic that these fuddy-duddies that we used to think they were actually the ones that were right all along, that rock and roll is Satan's music. And it really is. Rock and roll at its heart is all about rebelling against authority. Now, you can deny it if you want because you like it, because it feeds your flesh. But it is all about rebellion. And who is the rebellious one? Satan is. There's nothing here that glorifies God. Nothing. Alice Cooper is glorifying himself. Hellfest, those who created this festival, are glorifying themselves. This is not pleasing to God. This is pleasing to themselves, but not to God. If you're a Christian and you watch this stuff and you go to these concerts, you need to examine your heart. Examine whether or not you truly are following Christ, the Christ of the Bible. You need to run from stuff like this. Expose it for what it truly is. He's not here right now preaching to the crowd about repentance. What is Alice Cooper doing? Everything for himself. He is living in darkness. And light has nothing to do with darkness. So anyways, that's really all I got for today's video. I know it's kind of a short one, but I really can't show much more because I'm sure there's going to be some lewd, crude stuff he's going to do in this concert. But I did want to kind of just show y'all that you don't even have to search that far. And I think a lot of people don't want to search because they don't want to know the truth. They want to keep living in ignorance. But ignorance of the law, as a lot of people say, is no excuse, right? If you go and you're speeding down the highway and cops pull you over and he says, hey, you're speeding, you're on 55 and a 35. Oh, I'm sorry, officer, I didn't know. Well, you're still going to get a ticket, maybe thrown in jail. Ignorance of this fact is no excuse. Alice Cooper is bringing darkness, and he's dragging other Christians along with him. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And like always, if you did, don't forget that like button right down below. And if you want to see more of these videos in the near future, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. With that being said, I want to wish you all a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.